But sometimes you're not going to be at the top of your game. You're not going to feel like $1,000,000. You're not going to feel like you can take the world on, but you do it anyway. You put the effort in anyway, and you grow. Sometimes we have to lead how we feel, lead with the mind, and the emotions will follow. It's all right. We are back home, home gym. And so yesterday, so I started driving back. So we drove to Florida, and then we drove back, and so a lot of driving, not sleeping well. So I'm a little tired and feeling a little weak this morning, but that doesn't mean we're gonna stop, and doesn't mean that we're not gonna put an effort in today. Now the weights might not be as much, but that's all right. I want to get the stimulus. I want to get the work. I want to get into that routine, and we'll be back up to feeling better, straight, good, and not so wobbly and such. So my weights today are not going to be too intense. No big deal. But I'm still going to put intense workout in and push hard and go for it. And so today still feel a nice stimulus. So today is a leg day. What we got is squats. The first thing we're doing is squats. Then we're going to do some barbell lunges. Then we're going to do some seated hamstring curls, calves, and then we'll do one exercise for back. We're gonna do all 4 sets, or 4 sets for each exercise, 12 to 15, but we're gonna push it. So some days you go to the gym, you're not gonna feel like it, but making this a lifestyle, it's necessary. Make yourself go. Now, if you're deathly sick, obviously that's different. If you're injured, that's different. Me, I'm just a little bit tired, a little bit fatigued, and but there's still enough there for me to get a good workout in, and I know it's going to help fuel the rest of my day, because one of the cool things, a lot of great benefits when it comes to working out. So with that said, let's get to our first set of squats. First set, first to 4, we're going to go for 12 to 15, doing actually less weight than I did last week. So last week my depth wasn't that good, so I was going to lower it regardless and make sure I get my depth better. But today also doing some warm-up sets, just soreness and such is I lowered it a little bit more too. But now I should have no excuse of getting depth and form. Oh, I do the elevated heel, helps me get a better flexion. Two more. One more. Oh, I'm definitely fatigued. I'm definitely fatigued. Yeah, that happens sometimes, though. You're not going to be at your best all the time, and you're not going to be feeling great all the time. But if we only perform and do things when we're feeling great, we're not going to get very far. There's some days in the gym you're going to feel like a beast. Some days in the gym you're going to feel whatever. Other days you're going to feel weak. But you go hard no matter what. Again, unless you're deathly sick or injured or something, it's different. All right, let's take a little rest here. On to set number 2. Where are we at? Set number 2. We'll go for another 12 on this one. 3 more. 2 more. One more. Oh, goodness gracious. 2 more sets. Okay, we got third set here. First 2 we did 12. This one we're gonna do 12 as well. I'm gonna push for that. And yeah, we're gonna give it our. So despite the weight not being as heavy as last week, and not feeling, feeling fatigued here, probably it's got to be the travel. I mean, I was in the car, I didn't hardly sleep. Still feeling a decent stimulus in the legs. Three more. Two more. One more. All right, we got one more set left. And 3 sets of 12. We got our 4 set. We'll do 12 as well. And then we're gonna do some lunges after this. We got 4th and final set. The target number of reps is 12. One more. Two more. One more. Whew. Definitely not my most impressive squat sets. Not that any of them are that impressive. But push. Work hard. You really don't feel like it. Because there's a lot of days you're not going to feel like it. You're not going to feel great rest, properly fueled. Head might not be there, but you still push through. Be happy that did. I know that I'm happy that I'm here. Could have used the extra sleep, but I got a busy day of work. You get this workout in, and it went to work for me to go later. All right, so let's go do some lunges. Okay, so we're gonna do a stepping lunges here at the dumbbell. Now I do my steps, I'm not stumping straight forward. That makes it hard to balance. Just a slight angle out. And I wanna go down, but I don't want my knee, when I bend this knee, or the knee that comes towards the ground, try not to touch the ground when I do it. See it touch the ground there. It's not that huge of a deal. What I'm trying to do gives me a little tiny breast. What was that for? Last one. All right, we got 3 more sets of that. Now these, you get to feel them, especially after a set or two, you just feel them in your glutes. If you're not feeling your glutes, you're not getting enough stretch, either on the, you come out, or your depth. So when you reach, you don't want too short, and you want to get a stretch, and then when you go down, you want to get down. Even if you do that with hardly any weight, you're gonna feel, you start feeling that stretch in your hams and your glutes. All right, 3 more sets. Set 2. One more. All right. Okay, 2 down, 2 to go. Now these might not look like a very intense exercise. I guess they're not when you compare it to like a squat or a deadlift. But they're very stimulating. I feel my entire leg, or my legs, activated and sore already in a good way, feeling pumped. All right, so let's got set number 3. Let's get 15 each side. Step out, down, 1. Step out, 2. 2. I need to learn how to count. That's 2. 3. 3. There we go. 15. Oh, 1 more set. We are on set number 4. And you see that I use weightlifting straps on these. While the weight itself is not really that heavy, but when you hold it over a set of 15 each side, your grip does get tired, and I don't want my grip to limit me on this exercise. All right, so 15 each side. One. One more. All right, I'm gonna go put these back, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we did squats, and then we did these lunges. Now we're doing another hamstring exercise, and that's gonna be a seated leg curl machine. Push those hard. So last time I did those, I was in Destin at the Gold's Gym, and I misjudged the weight, so the reps were higher than I wanted to. I wanted to keep in that 12 to 15 range. That was a different machine than the one at the Gold, so the pulley systems would be different, so I'll have to figure out what weight. But I want to get back to that 12 to 15 rep range. Feels good to take this thing off. All right, so even though we're not going as hard today, I still feel good stimulus, good pump in my legs. Fatigued, well, I'm already fatigued, but from putting the exhaustion in, I feel better already. And getting the dopamine going, that serotonin going, and that oxytocin going, those different brain chemicals that release, good brain chemicals that release when you work out. Also lowers cortisol levels when you work out, reduce some stress. Feeling a little anxious about today. I don't know why, getting back from out of town, and but big week, big day. But that's enough chip chat. Got to get over to that. What are we talking? The seated leg curl. Work on some hammies. Okay, so this seated leg curl machine's got a lot of adjustments on it, but can't seem to quite get it right. The one at the Gold's Gym was real nice. But we're gonna do 12 to 15. Yeah, that's the goal anyway. Try to go quicker on the eccentric, but milk the eccentric. So you need to get nice and tight. You want to get a nice stretch here, get the full stretch. So down and control. One more. All right, that was 16. But I think it's still gonna be a good weight for the rest of these sets. All right, 2. So I got the camera pretty much the same angle. It's tight in here, and I don't want to get too many people in this thing. All right, at least 15. All right, 16 on that one. So 2 sets down, 2 to go. I like doing these hamstring curls. That's a really nice burn that you get. Set 3. Now with pretty much every exercise, you really want to get that stretch. And so when you go down and you up, don't try to hold it like 3/4. Get that stretch on your hamstrings and get this tight on your legs so you can actually even feel the stretch while it's going. All right, so 3rd set, let's go. Control on the up. See the stretch, I can't go anymore. 3. Oh, 2 more. Sometimes the hardest thing about this Let's get out in the machine. All right, 3 sets down, 1 set left of these hamstring curls. And then we'll do a calves and then some bent over barbell rows. 4th set. See if we can get 16 again. Oh. Milk. Oh, yes. Feels good. Nah, 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 nah. All right. You see when I do these too, sometimes I'll lean forward, oftentimes I'll push back. Some prefer to lean forward. They feel they get a better stretch. I feel I get a better stretch when I'm pushing, holding back. I don't know if there's really a difference between the two. Whatever you're feeling doing, make sure you're getting that full range of motion. It's a big stretch, slow on the eccentric, and you'll feel it in your hamstrings. All right, so we're done with that. On to the next. The last thing you saw, we were in the seated leg curl machine. What you didn't see before we got here is I did some calves, and I didn't record those. Unless you want me to record the calves, I can do that. I think I recorded one of the calves last week. Anyway, I'm mumbling. So we're gonna do bent over barbell rows. 15 is the number. And I'm so glad I got my butt up and went to the gym this morning. Pushing yourself. I don't know anybody that when they push themselves, may not have liked it at first or started, but once they're done or getting through it, their mindset changed and loved it. And that's where I'm at right now. All right, bent over. All right, 15, and so from these, so bent over, I want to get the stretch. The tendency is to go down and maybe try to hold it here. Because the further you stretch, the harder it is to get it back up, but you want to get that stretch because that's where the biggest amount of growth comes from. Get the stretch, and on the way up, how do you know when you're done? Well, for me, it's when I hit my chest. That's a rep. So all the way down, hit chest, that's a rep. If I look all the way down, I can't get all the way up. I'm no longer full range. Now, if you want to do partials that way, go ahead. And sometimes I'll do that. But right now, I'm getting the full rep. So 15. And now this next week, hopefully, I should be back into full swing. And because I should be doing a little bit more weight than this compared to last week. But again, just not feeling perfect, which is fine. Or not even feeling perfect, not feeling even normal. And that's fine. Just gotta push yourself and go for it. Put a smile on your face. Not like the Joker smile on his face. And how'd I get these scars? Anyway, so we got 3 more sets. Set 2. Also on these, now I'm not going super slow on the way down, but what I'm not doing is I'm not just dropping it. There's a control to it. I don't know if you can see, but when I'm doing this, my legs are shaking. And why is that? It's not because the weight's super heavy, it's because of all the leg stimulus in my central nervous system. So it's funny how that works. It's trying to brace myself for some sort of heavy duty lift, but it's not, like a big heavy squat or deadlift or something. But anyway, you get to learn your body, the signs it's telling you, how to adjust as needed. All right, 2 more sets. Set number 3. Ooh, I loop the right hand first. What the heck's wrong with me? Usually always do the left hand. Get this nice and tight. All right, set number 3. 3 of 4, targets 15. Oh. 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 All right, 1 more set, and then we'll wrap things up. Jeez. Okay, so we are on now 4th and final set of the day. Let's even get 15. That was not that good. All right. That's the lift. Let's go finish this up. Out of breath. I'll catch you shortly. Welp, today was not my best leg day. And weights were less, reps were less for some of them. And so from that standpoint, it was not a good day. But here's the thing. Your muscles don't really care what the weight says, so to speak. They're not, they're not saying, hey, you did this, but now I'm not gonna grow or whatever. It's whatever, the field, the stimulus that it's receiving. And so some days that, hey, you might be doing less weight because of fatigue or whatever the reason might be, but you still put good effort in there, you're still getting positive benefit. And for me today, that's it. So it's still a win. And maybe from an ego standpoint, that not a good thing. But that's a subjective feel, right? The ego versus the objective. I got a good lift in, and pushed the muscles. They were being stimulated. I felt the pump, and exerting myself. Now, I didn't exert myself to complete failure, but that's not part of this week. So I'm on the second week, day 1 of week 2 for this 4-week plan. So it worked out well. Now, if this was the 4th week and I put the effort in today, it might not have been that great, in my opinion, because I might have been able to squeeze out some more reps, that kind of thing. But overall, it's a net win, and that's what we want. We want net wins. The win might not be as big as we want, but we want a net win. Even if we can have a neutral day, we put in the effort and it's neutral, we're not going backwards, that's still a net win in a way. And that's what we look for, is net wins, improving. And so even though I wasn't able to do as much weight, I look at the video, was my form better than last week? That's a net win. Now, it's not just about form. Obviously, you have to have the form, because if I'm doing great form, but I'm not doing weight that pushes myself, well, I don't know even what you call that. But sometimes you're not going to be at the top of your game. You're not going to feel like $1 million. You're not going to feel like you can take the world on. but you do it anyway. You put the effort in anyway, and you grow. Sometimes we have to lead how we feel. Lead with the mind, and the emotions will follow. It's kind of like a train, and a train going around a bend and that the engine is the logic, the decision making, and the caboose is how you feel. There's going to be a point where as that engine's going around the curve, it's going a different direction than the emotions, the caboose is. But eventually, as long as that engine keeps on going, that is your logical decision. Eventually, the emotion's going to catch up. And that's the way for me today. I didn't quite feel like going into the gym today, but I made a decision to go, and eventually my emotions, way I felt, caught up, and I got in the same level, the same direction as my decision making. And that's a powerful thing, and it's something that we have to fight for, because it's easy not to do the things that we need to do to grow. Now, I'm not just talking about your health and nutrition, but work. Loan officers, salespeople, you have to make a decision every single day. Am I going to do work that's going to help me get more business? Or am I going to do things that make me feel busy and productive, but you're not really productive, and you might be busy, but it's not a good busy. A good busy is where you have a lot of prospecting going on, meetings going on, all those types of things. That's the kind of busy that you want. Activity that drives growth. Activity that drives growth. And then you have to figure out, control your day, and so you can get the other things done that you want to get done. And so I got a call coming in, but I think we're still recording. And so today I have 3 more loan officers that are on board with our team, and to start their sales training with them. And I'm going to record this sales training, and maybe I'll edit it up a little bit and share it here on YouTube. But it's the first training. People are going to say, what's the first training you do for salespeople? Is it, how to cold call? Is it how to negotiate? Is it how to overcome objections? Is it how to handle a meeting? Is it how to do follow-up? All those things we do get to, but that's not the first training. The first training has to do with scheduling. As weird as it sounds, right? But you need to learn how to set up your day and control your day if you want to grow your business, because it doesn't matter if you're really great at handling objections if you don't ever get the opportunities to do it because you're so chaotic and you're being busy doing unproductive things. It doesn't matter. So you have to control your day, or your day will control you. So the first thing I do, the first sales training I do with any of my sales guys, is scheduling their day, how to schedule their day. And so you'll see, because I'm going to record it, and assuming that there's no issues with the recording and such, I will upload it. And while it might be specific to a loan officer salesperson, you can apply the same principles to any area of sales or any type of sales that there are, for the most part. And because I teach principles, I don't just teach tactics, I teach principles, and principles have broad applications, and those broad applications can be applied to many different industries. And so whether you're doing car sales, tech sales, medical device sales, all these different things, you can apply the same principles to your type of sale. So today, got meetings, got a couple more interviews. So there actually might be a fourth. So I'm doing an interview this morning, and he's very anxious, excited to potentially join us. I haven't met him. My business partner has, and feels pretty high on him. So I just do the second interview to see whether, okay, let's go give this guy an opportunity. And if so, he's going to join the sales training today too. And so that's coming up in a few hours. What else I got to do? Record some other videos. I didn't get a chance to record the video I wanted to yesterday. Some more nutritional tips. And so I'm going to record that, which is going to be funny because that's going to get released before this video comes out. So if you're watching this and you're saying, oh, what video? What's the video from that was posted yesterday? Yeah, technically yesterday as you're watching this. I'm trying to think of my delay time. And so like a week off on delay, whatever. But soon I'm going to start doing some more other types of content. So I'm starting out with the Sundays, where it's going to be health, nutrition, other kind of stuff, topics, but not a workout vlog. And then I'm going to start doing some sales stuff, recordings as well, that I'll start uploading too. And so that is coming very soon. But I got this coffee in my hand. I haven't taken one sip yet. Now it's a little chilly. Not chilly, but not hot. But that's it for today. Have yourself a great day. And remember, lead your emotions. I don't feel like doing it. Do it anyway. You don't feel like do it. All right, that's it for today. See you later.